In the heart of Lagos, where glass towers kissed the clouds and wealth shimmered like gold dust, there lived a man called Honorable Ken Okorie, one of the most powerful and respected billionaires in the city. People called him the Golden Hand because every business he touched, oil, real estate, shipping, turned into pure success. But behind the golden gates of his Banana Island mansion, there was a silence money could not fill. Inside that mansion lived his only daughter, Amanda, a once joyful girl of 8 years old. Her laughter used to echo through the marble halls like the sound of bells in the morning. But one rainy night, a car accident stole that laughter forever. The same crash that took the life of her mother, Mary, left Amanda paralyzed from the waist down. From that day, Honorable Ken's mansion became a palace of sorrow. Amanda sat by the window each day, staring into the gardens, her wheelchair her only companion. Her father tried everything, hiring doctors from abroad, therapists, magicians, even pastors, but nothing brought back the light in her eyes. Every evening, he would pause outside her door, listening for the laughter that once filled his world, but there was only silence. One afternoon, under the heavy Lagos sun, a barefoot boy wandered along the streets of Banana Island. His name was Toby, a homeless boy who lived under the bridge near the lagoon. His clothes were torn, his ribs visible through his shirt, but his spirit was fierce and alive. Toby had one gift. He could dance. On the streets, he danced for coins, for joy, and sometimes just to forget hunger. But that day, something drew him toward a great mansion surrounded by high white walls and glittering gates. Through the bars, he saw a little girl sitting in a wheelchair by a fountain. Her eyes were sad, staring at nothing in particular. Toby's heart ached. He didn't know who she was, but he recognized that kind of loneliness. So he stepped closer to the gate. "Hey," he called softly. The girl turned, startled. "Hi," she said faintly. "You look sad," Toby said, scratching his head. Amanda blinked. "Who are you?" "Nobody important," he said with a smile. "But I know something that can make you smile." Before she could answer, Toby dropped his ragged bag, stretched his arms, and began to dance. He twirled, stomped, and spun, his feet moving like the wind, his body bending with the rhythm of a song only he could hear. He danced barefoot on the hot pavement, leaping and laughing as if the world were his stage. At first, Amanda just watched, puzzled, maybe even a little afraid. But then something stirred inside her. A smile crept onto her face, small at first, then wide and bright. She clapped her hands and giggled, a sound that hadn't been heard in that mansion for months. From the balcony above, Honorable Ken, returning from a business meeting, froze. He could hardly believe his ears. "Was that Amanda?" he whispered. He rushed to the window, and there she was, laughing as a dirty, barefoot boy danced at the gate. His bodyguards moved quickly. "Sir, should we chase him off?" "No," Ken barked. "Wait." He watched as the boy ended his dance with a spin and a bow. Amanda clapped with joy, tears of laughter in her eyes. Toby smiled, breathing hard. "See? Told you I could make you smile." "Thank you," Amanda said softly. "No one's made me laugh like that in a long time." And just like that, a spark lit between two souls from different worlds. The next day, Toby came again, and the next, and the next. Every afternoon, he danced outside the gate. Sometimes he brought sticks and banged them like drums. Sometimes he made up songs. Amanda waited eagerly each day, her laughter returning like sunshine after rain. Honorable Ken began to watch secretly from his study window. At first, he was cautious.
Could this boy be after money? But soon he saw it, the pure kindness in Toby's actions. The boy never asked for anything, he only danced. One day, Ken walked down to the garden himself.
Toby froze when he saw the tall man in a fine dress. "Good afternoon, sir," he stammered. "What's your name, boy?" Ken asked. "Toby, sir." "Why do you come here every day?" Toby looked down. "Because your daughter looks sad, and I don't like to see anyone sad." Ken was silent for a moment. "Do you know who I am?" "Yes, sir. Everyone knows Honorable Ken, the Golden Hand." "And what do you want from me?" Toby frowned. "Nothing, sir. Just, I like to dance, and I like to see her smile." Ken's heart softened for the first time in years. "Come," he said. "If you're going to dance for my daughter, you might as well do it inside." From that day on, Toby became a daily visitor. The mansion staff were shocked to see a barefoot street boy eating at the table and dancing in the living room. But Amanda's laughter made everyone silent. It filled the air like sweet music. Ken hired dance teachers for Toby, and soon the boy's talent began to shine brighter than ever. He taught Amanda to clap, to sing, and one day, to move her fingers to the rhythm. Slowly, she began to regain feeling in her legs. One afternoon, during a family event in the garden, Toby danced again, this time with music and a crowd. Amanda watched from her wheelchair, eyes wide with pride. As the music built to a climax, Toby stretched out his hand to her. "Come, Amanda, dance with me." I can't," she whispered. "Yes, you can," he said. "You just haven't tried." Something inside her cracked. She stood and began to tear out step by step. The crowd gasped. Honorable Ken was shocked. His drink fell out of his hand. Tears dropped out of his eyes. "God," he whispered, "she's walking." From that day, Amanda began to walk again. Her laughter returned completely, and her father's mansion was filled once more with joy and life. Honorable Ken could not forget what the homeless boy had done. One morning, he called Toby into his study. "Toby," he said, "you came into my house barefoot, hungry, and with nothing to your name, but you gave me something priceless. My daughter's happiness. I cannot let your kindness go unrewarded." He handed the boy a scholarship, a new home, and a promise. "From today, you are my son too." Years passed. Toby grew into a fine young man, educated, confident, and still dancing. Amanda became a young woman, strong and full of life. Together, they opened a dance therapy foundation for disabled children, giving hope to others who had lost theirs. And so, the city came to know the story of the homeless boy who danced for a billionaire's daughter, and how love, kindness, and joy did what money could not. Moral lessons. True wealth is not measured by money, but by the kindness we give to others. Joy and compassion can heal wounds that medicine cannot. Even the smallest act of love can change lives forever. Never look down on anyone. The one you ignore today might bring light into your darkest hour.